Stop making yourself pitiful. Have you ever caught yourself staring into the mirror, eyes heavy, silently narrating the tragic movie of your own life? There is a strange, intoxicating comfort in it, isn't there? The quiet realization that you are the victim of circumstances, the misunderstood protagonist, the one who tries so hard but is constantly battered by the winds of an unfair world. It feels warm, like a heavy, familiar blanket on a freezing night. We wrap our tragedies around us because, in a terrifyingly chaotic universe, our pain is the one thing that truly belongs to us. But I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself a brutally honest question. Who are you performing this tragedy for? Who is the audience for your suffering? You might think it is for the people around you, a silent plea for them to notice how much you carry, how hard you bleed. But deep down, in the absolute quiet of your own mind, you know the truth. The audience is you. You have become addicted to your own pity. You have fallen in love with the romanticized version of your own despair. Let us be completely honest with each other right now. I am not here to offer you hollow sympathies, or to pat you on the back and tell you that it is all going to be okay. The world has enough people selling cheap comfort. I am here to hold up a mirror that does not flatter, a mirror that shows the cracks in your armor and the lies you tell yourself just to make it through the day. Why do we do this? Why do we weaponize our own suffering against ourselves? It is because playing the victim absolves us of responsibility. If your life is a mess because the world is unfair, because your parents did not love you right, because your boss is a tyrant, or because society is rigged, then you are off the hook. You do not have to try anymore. You do not have to face the terrifying prospect of taking control of your own destiny. Being pitiful is the ultimate excuse for staying exactly where you are. It is the easiest path to take. It requires no courage, no discipline, no action. All it requires is a surrender to weakness. And slowly, day by day, this surrender becomes your identity. But what does this identity cost you? Look at your life. Look at the relationships you have pushed away because your constant need for validation drained the life out of the people who cared about you. Look at the opportunities you let slip through your fingers because you convinced yourself that you would fail anyway. So why even try? The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." How much of your current suffering is actually happening right now, in this exact physical moment, and how much of it is a ghost? A phantom created by your mind, replaying past traumas and hallucinating future catastrophes? You are drowning in a glass of water, choking on the air of your own imagination. The reality is that the universe is completely indifferent to your sorrow. The stars do not weep for your bad days. The sun will rise tomorrow, whether you spend the night crying in a fetal position or plotting your conquest of the world. This is not meant to be depressing. This is meant to be the most liberating truth you will ever hear. Because if the universe does not care, it means you are entirely free to write your own script. You are not bound by a cosmic tragedy unless you choose to act in one. Think about the psychology of self-pity. It is a profoundly narcissistic state of being. When we are drowning in self-pity, we believe that our pain is unique, that no one has ever suffered the way we are suffering, that the universe has singled us out for a special kind of torment. We become obsessed with the I. I am hurt. I am tired. I am unfairly treated. This intense inward focus blinds us to the reality of the human condition. Everyone is carrying a heavy burden. The person who served you coffee this morning might be grieving the loss of a parent. The coworker who smiled at you might be secretly battling a depression that threatens to swallow them whole. Life is fundamentally difficult. It is a crucible of suffering and endurance. But when you make yourself pitiful, you isolate yourself from this shared human experience. You build a wall of grievances around yourself and sit inside it, waiting for a savior who is never going to arrive. Pushpin, let that sink in for a moment. No one is coming to save you. Your parents cannot save you. Your partner cannot save you. The government cannot save you. If you are waiting for a magical moment of rescue, a moment where the clouds part and someone finally hands you the happiness you feel you deserve, you will wait until your bones turn to dust. The Stoics understood this with brutal clarity. Epictetus, a man who was born into slavery, who was physically disabled and beaten, did not waste his life whining about the cruelty of his fate. Instead, he forged a philosophy of unbreakable mental resilience. He famously declared, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." He understood that while we cannot control the hand we are dealt, we have absolute, sovereign control over how we play the cards. You may have been dealt a terrible hand. You may have been betrayed, abused, overlooked, and broken. I am not invalidating your pain. Your pain is real. It is a part of your story. But what you do with that pain is entirely on you. You can let it rot inside you and turn into the poison of self-pity, or you can use it as fuel. How do you transition from the warmth of self-pity to the cold, sharp reality of self-mastery? It begins with a fundamental shift in perception. You must stop viewing yourself as a fragile vessel that is being tossed around by the waves of fate. You are not the boat, you are the captain. And yes, the storm is raging, and yes, the ship is taking on water. But whining about the rain will not stop the boat from sinking. You have to grab the wheel. You have to start bailing the water. This requires a terrifying level of self-honesty. You have to look at every failure, every heartbreak, every disappointment in your life, and instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you must ask, "What was my role in this? And what can I learn from it?" This is the essence of radical accountability. It is heavy. It is uncomfortable. It will crush your ego, but it will set you free. Imagine the psychological freedom of no longer being a victim. When someone insults you, instead of crumbling into a puddle of hurt feelings, you simply observe their words as a reflection of their own internal chaos. When you face a financial setback, instead of lamenting your bad luck, you cold-bloodedly analyze the variables and plot a course to rebuild. You become untouchable. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who bore the weight of the known world on his shoulders, facing plagues, betrayals, and endless wars, wrote to himself in his private journal, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He did not wish for an easier life. He did not cry in his tent about the burden of the crown. He looked at every obstacle as an opportunity to practice virtue, to practice courage, to practice resilience. The obstacle is not there to break you. It is there to test you. It is there to shape you. When you walk around feeling sorry for yourself, your physical posture changes. Your shoulders slump. Your eyes look at the ground. Your voice loses its resonance. You are biologically signaling to the world and to your own nervous system that you are defeated. You are a walking invitation for further disrespect. People, on a primal, unconscious level, do not respect those who do not respect themselves. If you treat yourself like a helpless victim, the world will treat you like one. But watch what happens when you decide to drop the act. Watch what happens when you stand up straight, pull your shoulders back, look people dead in the eye, and speak with the quiet authority of someone who has suffered but refuses to be defined by it. The world steps aside. It makes room for people who know who they are and what they are capable of enduring. We are so obsessed with comfort in the modern world. We want everything to be easy, fast, and painless. We have air conditioning for when we are hot, heaters for when we are cold, and mindless entertainment for when we are bored. We have lost the capacity to sit quietly with our own discomfort. And so, when emotional pain arises, our immediate reaction is to panic, to complain, to seek pity. We treat sadness as if it is a disease that must be cured instantly, rather than a natural, deeply important part of the human experience. Sadness is an educator. Pain is a teacher. But when you make yourself pitiful, you are skipping the class. You are refusing to learn the lesson. What is your pain trying to tell you? Is it telling you that you are living out of alignment with your values? Is it telling you that you are relying too heavily on the opinions of others? Is it telling you that you need to be stronger? You will never hear the whisper of wisdom if you are constantly screaming about how unfair it all is. Think about a river carving its way through a canyon. The water does not complain about the hardness of the rock. It does not feel sorry for itself because it has to push through solid stone. It simply flows. It exerts consistent, relentless pressure over time, and eventually, the rock gives way. This is the Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of one's fate. It is not enough to merely accept what happens to you. You must embrace it. You must love it. Because everything that happens to you, the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly, is the raw material of your existence. It is the clay from which you are sculpting your character. If you resent the clay because it is too hard or too messy, you will never create a masterpiece. You will just be a person covered in mud, crying about how dirty you are. Pushpin.plans. How much time have you wasted? Seriously, think about the hours, the days, the weeks you have spent agonizing over things you cannot change. The time spent scrolling through social media, looking at other people's seemingly perfect lives, and feeling a deep, toxic envy that slowly morphs into self-pity. Why do they have it so easy while I struggle so much? It is an illusion. You are comparing your behind-the-scenes footage with everyone else's highlight reel. And even if they do have it easier than you, so what? What does that change about your reality? Will your jealousy pay your bills? Will your envy build your muscles? Will your self-pity repair your broken relationships? It is entirely useless. It is a parasite of the mind, feeding on your potential and leaving you exhausted, bitter, and weak. The transition away from being pitiful is not a one-time event. It is not a switch you flip in your brain. It is a daily, hourly, sometimes minute-by-minute battle against the gravity of your own weakness. There will be mornings when you wake up and the crushing weight of existence feels too heavy to bear. The voice in your head will whisper, "Just stay in bed. The world is too cruel. You are too tired." That is the moment of truth. That is the moment where philosophy ceases to be a bunch of words on a page and becomes a weapon in your hand. You must talk back to that voice. You must tell it, "I am tired. I am hurting, but I am not a victim. I will rise." And then you put your feet on the cold floor and you move. You perform the basic duties of life, not with a sigh of martyrdom, but with the quiet dignity of a warrior standing their post. Notice the difference in energy between a complainer and a creator. A complainer sucks the oxygen out of the room. They drag everyone down into their abyss of negativity. They are emotional vampires, feeding on the sympathy of others until there is nothing left. A creator, a stoic, generates their own energy. When they encounter darkness, they strike a match. They do not demand that others light the way for them. And there is a profound, mysterious beauty in a person who carries a heavy burden without complaining. When you see someone who has been through hell, who has scars on their soul, yet still smiles, still helps others, still does their work with excellence, that is awe-inspiring. That is the highest form of human grace. You have the potential to be that person. You have the raw materials of suffering right now. You can turn your lead into gold, but only if you stop throwing it away. Pushpin, let us dig deeper into the mechanics of your mind. When you feel pity for yourself, what you are really doing is creating a split within your psyche. There is the you who is suffering, and the you who is observing the suffering and feeling bad about it. This creates a loop of endless rumination. You chew on your pain like a piece of tasteless gum, hoping it will somehow turn sweet. It never will. The only way to break the loop is to merge the observer and the sufferer into a single, unified agent of action. You say to yourself, "Yes, this hurts. Now, what is the very next thing I need to do?" It could be as simple as making your bed, drinking a glass of water, or finishing a spreadsheet. You shrink the universe down to the very next actionable step. You do not worry about how you are going to survive the next 10 years. You focus on surviving the next 10 minutes with honor and integrity. It is time to kill the tragic hero inside you. The tragic hero is a myth created by poets to make failure seem beautiful. There is nothing beautiful about squandering your one and only precious life because you were too busy feeling sorry for yourself to actually live it. You are going to die. One day, your heart will stop beating, the lights will go out, and every single thing you ever worried about will evaporate into nothingness. The people who wronged you, the unfair circumstances, the bad luck, none of it will matter. The only thing that will matter in those final fading moments is the answer to one question. Did I play my part well? Did I stand tall in the face of adversity? Or did I crawl on my knees begging for pity? Do not let your life be a monument to weakness. You are capable of enduring so much more than you think. The human spirit is anti-fragile. It grows stronger when it is exposed to stress, chaos, and pain. But it only grows if you face the pain directly. If you hide from it behind the shield of victimhood, you remain fragile, brittle, easily broken by the slightest breeze. It is time to drop the shield. Let the arrows hit you. Let them wound you. Let the scars form. Those scars are your proof of life. They are the medals of a life actually lived, not merely endured in the shadows of self-pity. Every time you catch yourself complaining, even in the silence of your own mind, I want you to mentally slap yourself. Wake up. Stop the script. Remind yourself that you are not a helpless infant. You are an adult human being with a brain capable of complex reasoning, a body capable of immense physical exertion, and a will capable of moving mountains. You have access to the accumulated wisdom of thousands of years of human history. You have everything you need to overcome whatever is in front of you. The only thing you lack is the decision to stop being pitiful. So, make the decision right now. Draw a line in the sand. Leave the whining, the complaining, and the victimhood on the other side of that line. Step into the harsh, brilliant light of absolute responsibility. It will be scary at first. Without your self-pity, you might feel naked, vulnerable, exposed. But soon, you will realize that what you thought was a protective blanket was actually a straitjacket. You will feel your lungs expand. You will feel a cold, clear focus sharpen your vision. You will start to see obstacles not as curses from an angry universe, but as the very things that give your life meaning and purpose. The journey of the Stoic is not about suppressing emotion. It is not about becoming a cold, unfeeling robot. It is about feeling the emotion, experiencing the pain in its entirety, and then refusing to let it dictate your actions. You can feel sad without being a sad person. You can feel broken without being a broken person. You are the sky. Your emotions are the weather. The storms will come, the lightning will flash, the rain will pour. But the sky is never damaged by the storm. It remains vast, untouched, and eternal. Stop identifying with the storm. Start identifying with the sky. As you navigate the days ahead, let this quiet strength become your silent companion. When the world pushes against you, do not collapse. Push back. Not with anger, not with bitterness, but with a calm, unyielding resolve. Let your actions speak so loudly that your internal complaints are drowned out. Let your character become so dense, so impenetrable, that the petty grievances of daily life bounce off you like pebbles off a tank. You have the power to write a new story. A story not of tragedy, but of triumph. A story not of a victim, but of a conqueror. The pen is in your hand. Stop writing apologies and start writing your legacy. Thank you guys for listening. May the ideas in this video be a small light in your life's journey. And we will meet again in the next video of the RTN Wisdom Stoic channel.